Hello, everyone. In this video, we'll focus on improving your English speaking skills. Listening to English conversations is essential for enhancing your language abilities, helping with listening, speaking, and comprehension skills. Today's topic is the importance of English speaking skills in school education. Have you ever felt afraid to speak English? You're not alone. Many people fear making mistakes, but today, we're going to overcome that fear together. Let's explore ways to improve your English speaking skills through practical tips and real-life experiences. For many students, school is where they first encounter difficulties with English. Teachers often lack fluency in the language, making it difficult for students to practice. When teachers themselves aren't confident, how can students improve? Additionally, even when students learn vocabulary, many fail to use new words in real conversations, causing poor retention and slow improvement. The solution is to create a real-life English learning environment. Teachers can dedicate at least 5 minutes of each class to speaking English, helping students feel more comfortable. Students should also practice vocabulary in real-life situations, like talking to friends, teachers, or even writing a diary in English. To improve English speaking, we must implement solutions that foster confidence and fluency. It's not enough to learn rules and vocabulary.
Here's how.
1. Teacher training. Teachers must be proficient in English to guide students effectively. When teachers are confident, they create an environment where students feel safe to practice. Teacher training should also focus on engaging students, encouraging free speech, and helping students use English in real-world situations. 2. Creating an English environment. Creating an English-speaking environment in the classroom helps students get used to the language. By incorporating English into lessons, even for just 5 minutes a day, students will find it easier to think in English and improve their speaking abilities. Activities like vocabulary drills and short dialogues also help reinforce learning. I remember when I struggled with speaking English. One day, my father and I ran into my teacher at the market, and he asked me a question in English. I froze, feeling embarrassed because I couldn't understand. That moment made me dread English for a while. But eventually, I realized that the key to overcoming my fear was practice. I practiced daily, reading aloud, speaking with friends and family, and embracing mistakes as part of the process. Building vocabulary is important, but knowing many words isn't enough. It's like having the ingredients for a recipe. You need to know how to use them. To truly master English, you must learn how to use new words in context. Practice by speaking to others or writing in English. The more you use new words, the more they'll stick. Mastering vocabulary also means understanding when to use words correctly. Using words in different contexts, both formal and informal, helps you sound more natural. In high school, we memorized long lists of words, but I rarely used them in real conversations. I soon realized that memorization alone wasn't enough. Using words in context is the only way to truly retain them. Language learning is like building muscle. You need to practice using English in conversations, even in front of the mirror, to improve fluency. So, don't just memorize, use the new words you learn. The more you apply them, the more natural they'll become. We all know that fear when it comes to speaking English. It's a common experience, worrying about making mistakes, sounding awkward, or not being understood. The truth is, this fear can hold us back from becoming fluent speakers. But the key to fluency isn't perfection, it's practice and confidence. We often feel that we need to be perfect in every conversation, but that's not the case. You don't need to memorize everything or speak without hesitation.
What you need to do is simply speak.
Start small. Begin by talking to yourself in English, whether it's describing what you're doing, talking about your plans for the day, or even just repeating sentences you've heard. You'll be amazed at how much this helps. You can also practice with friends, family, or teachers. Even if you're not speaking perfectly, the goal is to get comfortable with the language. The more you speak, the more confident you will become, and the more fluent you will feel over time. Remember, fluency comes through consistent speaking practice. So, start small, make mistakes, and keep going. Over time, you'll feel more comfortable using English in all situations, and it will start to feel more natural. The key is to embrace speaking without worrying about getting everything right. Let me share a story with you. I've seen this firsthand in schools. One day, a teacher asked the class to speak in English. At first, there was complete silence. No one volunteered. The fear of speaking in front of others was too much for anyone to overcome. But then, one brave student stood up. She was nervous, but she took a deep breath and gave a fluent answer. What's interesting is that she had memorized her lines, and while that may not be the ideal way to learn, it's not the point of the story. The point is she broke through her fear. That act of stepping up, of breaking through her anxiety, made all the difference. It wasn't about memorizing lines or being perfect. It was about pushing past the fear of speaking and taking that first step. This is something we can all learn from. The fear of making mistakes or speaking poorly is natural, but overcoming that fear is what allows you to grow. If you're too scared to speak, you'll never have the chance to improve. When you take that leap of faith, even if you make mistakes, you're on your way to becoming more fluent. So, just like that brave student, take a deep breath, step forward, and speak. The more you practice, the less you will fear. The road to mastering English isn't easy, but it's absolutely worth it. Consistent practice is what will make you a confident English speaker. If you want to speak fluently, you need to practice regularly. It's not just about learning a few words or sentences. It's about immersing yourself in the language day after day. Don't skip out on regular practice. It's the only way to build your vocabulary and improve your speaking skills. Whether you practice speaking for 10 minutes or an hour each day, consistency matters. Practice isn't just about saying the words. It's about using those words in real conversations, listening to native speakers, and challenging yourself to keep improving. Think of it this way: if you want to get better at anything, you need to practice consistently. The same applies to English. If you want to speak confidently, you need to practice speaking regularly, even if it's with a language partner, a tutor, or even by yourself. Over time, those little moments of practice add up and result in significant improvement. So, make a plan to practice speaking every day. Even when you don't feel like it, keep going. The more you practice, the more confident and skilled you'll become. It's not about being perfect. It's about staying consistent and keeping the momentum going. To embrace something means to welcome it with open arms, and that's exactly what you need to do with English. Too often, we approach learning a language with hesitation and fear. But if you want to truly improve, you need to embrace the language fully. Don't shy away from making mistakes or feeling awkward. Instead, accept that mistakes are a part of the learning process. When you embrace the language, you give yourself permission to make mistakes without fear. You accept the challenge of learning English and commit to improving step by step. It's all part of the process. You won't be perfect right away, but that's okay. What matters is that you continue practicing, stay open to learning, and embrace the journey. The more you accept English, the easier it will become. Practice regularly, and soon you'll feel more comfortable and confident. It's about breaking free from the fear and embracing the language with enthusiasm. Remember, every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. As we wrap up, remember this: overcoming the fear of speaking English takes time, patience, and consistent practice. It's not about being perfect, it's about practicing consistently and embracing the language with a positive attitude. You don't need to be flawless, and you don't need to memorize everything. All you need is to practice, learn from your mistakes, and keep going. Keep practicing every day. The more you practice, the more confident and fluent you'll become. Don't be afraid to speak, even if you make mistakes. With each step forward, you are one step closer to mastering English. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content on improving your English. Together, we can break free from the fear and master the language.